Alexander Ovechkin is racing toward one of the most iconic records in hockey history. But there's a bigger story here. Ovechkin isn't just about goals. He's something more. When Gretzky hit the 800 goal mark, he was 33 and already in his 20th NHL season. Ovechkin got there in his 18th season, at 37, after missing time due to injury and playing most of his career in a defensive era. Since turning 32, he scored over 330 goals. Gretzky, for comparison, retired at 37. This video is about numbers, yes, but also about eras, impact, and what greatness really means. Wayne Gretzky hit 92 goals in a single season. That number still floats like a myth, but the context is everything. His prime years, specifically the stretch from 1981 to 1985, coincided with the most offensively inflated era in NHL history. Teams regularly averaged over 4 goals per game. Gretzky's 92 goals in 1981 to 82 were just 22% of Edmonton's total that year. In fact, in that entire 4-year stretch where he posted 92, 71, 87, 73 goal seasons, Gretzky's share of team scoring only twice went over 20%. Now compare that to Ovechkin. He's had 7 seasons where he scored more than 20% of his team's total goals. In 1 year, he hit 27%. On average, Gretzky contributed to 13% of his team's goals during his career. Ovechkin, 18%. Even Mike Bossy, who was considered one of the most efficient scorers ever, peaked at 17%. The difference? Ovechkin carried more of the scoring burden more often, and in a league that scores less overall. What makes this even more stark is the change in league scoring environments. From 1979 to 1988, 17 players scored 300+ goals. From 2005 to 2014, Ovechkin's first 9 NHL seasons, only 3 players reached that mark: Ovechkin, Iginla, and Kovalchuk. Where Gretzky had the wind at his back, Ovechkin skated into a headwind every year and still dominated. To properly compare them, a scoring adjustment coefficient helps. The NHL's historical average is roughly 3 goals per team per game. In some seasons during the 1980s, the actual average was 4+. In modern seasons, it's often below 3. When this coefficient is applied over the course of both players' careers, when adjusted, Ovechkin's numbers go from legendary to potentially unmatched. The bottom line, Gretzky's numbers are still astronomical, but when you strip away the inflation of the 1980s, Ovechkin emerges as something bigger than just a goal scorer. He's the most context-proof scorer the game has ever seen. Ovechkin's scoring style is unlike anything the NHL has seen. His goals don't rely on slick passing plays or high-tempo rushes. Instead, he thrives on repetition, positioning, and brute efficiency. His office on the left circle is now iconic, but it's not a gimmick. It's a study in physics and timing. He's mastered the art of reading the ice and arriving in shooting position a split second before defenders can react. His one-timer from that spot is not just powerful, it's mechanically perfect, with minimal wasted motion and maximal velocity. What separates Ovechkin from other pure scorers is how little he needs the puck to be effective. Most elite forwards drive play through puck possession. Ovechkin doesn't. He doesn't lead rushes or carry the puck end to end. Instead, he plays off the puck, finding soft areas, letting the play develop, and then striking. His physicality is a constant threat. He finishes checks, wins net front battles, and isn't afraid to take punishment to score. That combination of raw power and efficiency allows him to remain productive even as his skating has slowed with age. His scoring also isn't dependent on teammates. Gretzky played alongside Hall of Famers in stacked lineups. Ovechkin, by contrast, has never had an elite setup man. Nicklas Backstrom is a great passer, but not on the level of Oates or Messier. Ovechkin creates his own goals more often than he gets gifted them. He scores off broken plays, rebounds, and chaos, situations where timing and instinct are more valuable than vision. That's why his style has endured. It doesn't require perfect systems. It thrives in the mess. And yet, as singular as his game is, Ovechkin has managed to adapt over time, which raises the next question. How has he kept this production going into his late 30s? Ovechkin's longevity is not accidental. It's the result of constant adjustment. While the core of his game remains the same, one-timers, net front presence, physical dominance, he's evolved the smaller details. His skating has changed. He doesn't chase the puck as much as he once did. Instead, he conserves energy, reads plays better, and relies more on anticipation. He knows where the puck is going before it gets there. That's not something you learn in your 20s. That's built from 2 decades of repetition. Off the ice, his conditioning and durability are underrated. He's missed surprisingly few games to injury, especially for someone who plays a bruising style. He doesn't burn out. He never looks bored. That's rare for someone with over 1,400 games. Even his role on the power play has evolved. Teams know exactly where he'll be, but they still can't stop him. That's not luck, it's engineering. He's altered his shot angle, added subtle delays, and worked on disguising his release. The Capital system is built to funnel pucks his way, but it still depends on him beating elite penalty killers and top-tier goaltenders. And year after year, he delivers.